Magnesium. It's the first bottle most seniors reach for when leg cramps start stealing sleep. But if you've been stacking that magnesium with calcium tablets, potassium pills, or one of those electrolyte powders, that stack may be the exact reason the cramps keep waking you up. You're doing what sounds right. You're doing what the labels seem to tell you. More minerals, more protection. And every few weeks, when another cramp hits at 2 or 3 in the morning, hard, deep, locking your calf so tight you can't even stand, you think, maybe I need one more. Maybe I'm still missing something. And that thinking feels logical. But it's where the real problem begins. Because by the end of this conversation, I'm going to walk you through 6 silent supplement mistakes. 6 things most seniors never realize they're doing wrong. And one of them may be the single reason your leg cramps keep returning no matter how many bottles line your shelf. Most seniors believe that if one supplement for leg cramps helps, stacking 2 or 3 together should help even more. However, and this is where everything turns, a Cochrane database review, updated in 2020, looked at the evidence for magnesium and skeletal muscle cramps in older adults and concluded that magnesium supplementation is unlikely to provide clinically meaningful cramp relief for most older adults. Not unlikely to help anyone. Unlikely to help most. That's the Cochrane Review, one of the most trusted sources of evidence-based medicine in the world. So if the magnesium you're taking may not even be doing what you think it's doing, what happens when you start stacking more on top of it? That's the question no supplement label is asking you. And it's the question that changes everything. The real enemy here isn't any single supplement. It's the mindset the labels created, the one-size-fits-all thinking that tells seniors to solve recurring leg cramps by simply adding more. More magnesium, more calcium, more potassium, more electrolyte powders, without ever asking whether the form is right, the timing is right, the combination is right, or whether your medications even allow it. That system isn't evil. It's outdated. It's incomplete. And you deserve the update. My name is Dr. David Collin, and I need to be clear with you about something before we go any further. Everything I share with you today is for educational purposes only. Always discuss changes with your own doctor. That matters here more than in most conversations, because some of what I'm about to cover touches medication territory. So keep your doctor in the loop. I say that because I care about what happens to you after you leave this video. Now, after 60, everything changes. And most people aren't told why. Your body doesn't absorb minerals the way it did at 40. Your kidneys don't clear excess the way they used to. And the medications many seniors take, for blood pressure, for acid reflux, for fluid retention, they quietly change how every mineral you swallow actually behaves inside your body. Your doctor never told you this, but I will. By the time I'm done, you'll know exactly which supplement mistakes are silently wasting your money, which ones are blocking the very minerals you're paying for, and which one becomes genuinely dangerous when certain medications enter the picture. And you'll know what to do about all of it, starting tonight. So let's start with the first mistake, and it's the one that almost everybody makes. Mistake number 1, assuming that more supplements means more protection against leg cramps. Here's how it usually starts. You get a cramp, maybe a few. They come at night, mostly in the calf or the arch of your foot. You buy magnesium. It helps a little, or it doesn't. So you add potassium, then calcium, because someone said that helps muscles too. Then an electrolyte powder, because a friend swore by it. And before you know it, you've got 4 or 5 bottles, and you're taking something from each one every single day. Sounds responsible. Sounds like you're covering all the bases. But here's what's actually happening. Some of those bottles contain the same minerals. The electrolyte powder has magnesium in it. The multivitamin has calcium. The antacid you take for heartburn, that has magnesium too. You're not adding variety. You're stacking duplicates. And your body doesn't thank you for that. According to the NIH Office of Dietary Supplements, the tolerable upper intake level for supplemental magnesium in adults is 350 milligrams per day. Above that, the most common result isn't more cramp relief. It's diarrhea, nausea, and abdominal cramping. So you take more to fix cramps. And the excess gives you stomach cramps instead. And you assume the problem is getting worse. So you take more. That's the trap. Mistake number 2, trusting the wrong form. Not all magnesium is the same. The bottle says magnesium, but the kind of magnesium inside that bottle determines whether your body can actually use it. The NIH fact sheet for health professionals states it clearly. Forms of magnesium that dissolve well in liquid are absorbed more completely. Magnesium citrate, magnesium chloride, magnesium lactate, these tend to have higher bioavailability. But magnesium oxide, which is one of the cheapest and most commonly sold forms on the shelf, has lower bioavailability than those other forms. Think of it like this. You pour water into a cup with a hole in the bottom. The water goes in, but most of it runs right through. That's what a low bioavailability form does. The magnesium enters your stomach, but your body can't hold on to enough of it, so you take more. The cramps don't stop, and you assume magnesium doesn't work for you. It might not be that magnesium doesn't work. It might be that the magnesium you bought never really arrived where it needed to go. The form failed, not the mineral. So why do so many seniors keep buying the same form? Because it's cheap, because it's familiar, because the label says magnesium in big letters and never tells you that the form matters. That's not your fault. That's a system that never gave you the full picture. And here's where it starts to compound. Because once you're taking the wrong form, and it's not helping, you do the logical thing. You add another supplement on top. Which brings us to mistake number 3, taking minerals together that may work against each other's absorption. This one surprises most seniors. Because on paper, taking magnesium and calcium together sounds smart. They're both important for muscles and bones. Why not take them at the same time? Because they may compete. The NIH Office of Dietary Supplements notes that high doses of supplemental zinc can interfere with magnesium absorption and disrupt magnesium balance. And multiple studies have flagged that calcium and magnesium, when taken together in large amounts at the same time, may reduce each other's effectiveness. It's not that they cancel each other out completely. It's that your body has a limited window for absorbing minerals, and when you flood that window with everything at once, something gets left behind. It's like trying to push 3 people through a doorway at the same time. Everybody slows down. Nobody gets through as fast as they would alone. And this isn't just a theory. It's a pattern I see described again and again. Seniors taking a big handful of supplements together, magnesium, calcium, maybe a multivitamin, and wondering why nothing seems to be working. The minerals are in the bottle, but they're fighting each other on the way in. Most seniors never connect this to that. Today you will. Mistake number 4, taking the right supplement at the wrong time or in the wrong way. Even if you've got the right mineral in the right form, the way you take it changes whether it works. The Mayo Clinic and the NIH both point out that calcium carbonate needs to be taken with food. Without food, it doesn't absorb well. Calcium citrate is more flexible. It can be taken with or without food. But here's the part most seniors miss. Calcium is absorbed best when you take 500 milligrams or less at a time. That's directly from the NIH's consumer fact sheet on calcium. So if you're swallowing a 1,000 milligram calcium tablet in one shot, your body is not absorbing all of it. You're getting less than you think. And the rest? It just passes through. You'd get better results splitting that into 2 smaller amounts, taken at different times of day. But nobody told you that. The bottle didn't say that. The label just said take 1 daily. And timing affects magnesium too. Taking a large amount of magnesium all at once, especially a less soluble form, is more likely to cause stomach issues than splitting it across the day. Some seniors take everything together at breakfast, 1 big handful, and they wonder why their stomach feels off all morning. It's not the supplements failing. It's the delivery method working against you. Wrong form, wrong timing, wrong result. Not because you weren't trying, because the system never told you how this actually works after 60. Now, everything I've told you so far matters. But there's something underneath all 4 of these mistakes, something that ties them together, and it's the part almost nobody talks about. I've been building toward this since the beginning. But before I show you that, I want to cover the 5th mistake, because this one hides in plain sight. Mistake number 5, forgetting the hidden duplicates. This is the sneaky one. You think you're taking 3 supplements, but you're actually taking 5 sources of the same mineral, and you don't even know it. Here's how. Your daily multivitamin. Check the label. It likely contains magnesium and calcium. That electrolyte powder you stir into water every morning. Magnesium, potassium, sodium, all in there. That antacid you take for heartburn. The NIH confirms that magnesium is a primary ingredient in many common antacids. Phillips Milk of Magnesia, for example, provides 500 milligrams of elemental magnesium per tablespoon. And some laxatives seniors use regularly, magnesium-based. So you sit down and count your supplements, one magnesium pill, one calcium tablet, one electrolyte scoop, and you think that's your stack. But you forgot the multivitamin. You forgot the antacid. You forgot the laxative. And suddenly, your real magnesium intake is 2 or 3 times what you thought it was. And all of it adds up against that 350 milligram upper limit the NIH set for supplemental magnesium. You didn't mean to go over. You didn't even know you were close. But your body felt it. And those cramps? They may have nothing to do with deficiency. They may have everything to do with overload and the digestive disruption that comes with it. This is not age. This is something your body is doing, and we can fix it, but only if you know where to look. Mistake number 6. And I saved this one for last because it's the most serious. This is the one that isn't just wasting money. This one carries real medical weight. Mixing supplements without checking your medications, your kidney function, or the real cause of the cramp. And this is where I need you to stay very close. Because what I'm about to tell you may apply directly to your medicine cabinet, right now, tonight. But first, I want to hear from you. I want you to drop a letter in the comments right now. If you still believe taking more leg cramp supplements usually means better protection, drop the letter A. If you believe the right form, timing, and combination matter more than taking more, drop the letter B. I read every single comment personally. Let me know below. And now here's the part I've been building toward. Everything I've told you so far is real, and it matters. But there's something that changes all of it, something almost no one in this space will explain to seniors. And once you understand it, you'll never look at your supplement shelf the same way again. The real reason leg cramp supplements often seem to fail after 60 is not always that you need more magnesium, more potassium, or more calcium. The research points to something different. It's a delivery failure. The mineral is in the bottle. You swallowed it, but the form was poor, so your gut couldn't absorb enough. Or you took it at the wrong time, so it passed through too fast. Or you stacked it with another mineral that competed for the same absorption pathway, so both lost. Or, and this is the one that scares me most, your medications changed the rules entirely, and nobody updated your supplement plan to match. That's the real story. It's not about how much you take. It's about how much actually arrives. And for most seniors stacking bottles on the counter, the gap between what goes in and what gets used is enormous. Now let me show you why mistake number 6 is the most dangerous, and why I'm telling you this because nobody else in this space will. If you take an ACE inhibitor or an ARB for blood pressure, medications like lisinopril, ramipril, or losartan, these drugs reduce how much potassium your kidneys excrete. That means potassium builds up in your blood more easily. The NIH Potassium Fact Sheet for Health Professionals confirms that ACE inhibitors and ARBs can lead to hyperkalemia, dangerously high potassium levels. Now imagine you're also taking a potassium supplement for leg cramps, or using an electrolyte powder that contains potassium, or eating potassium-rich foods on top of all that. You've just created a situation where potassium is coming in from every direction, and your medication is slowing down the only exit. Potassium-sparing diuretics, like spironolactone, do the same thing. They hold potassium in. If you're adding potassium supplements on top of those medications, the risk of hyperkalemia increases. And hyperkalemia isn't a stomach ache. According to the NIH, severe cases can cause muscle weakness, paralysis, heart palpitations, and cardiac arrhythmias that could be life-threatening. I want to pause here and be very direct with you. This is for educational purposes only. Always discuss changes with your own doctor. If you take any blood pressure medication, any diuretic, or if you've been told your kidney function is reduced, do not add or remove any supplement without your doctor's guidance. What I'm sharing here is awareness. Your doctor makes the decisions. And there's another layer. The FDA issued a safety communication warning that long-term use of proton pump inhibitors, PPIs, the acid reflux medications like omeprazole and lansoprazole that millions of seniors take, can cause low magnesium levels, hypomagnesemia. So one medication may be draining your magnesium while you're trying to supplement it. And on the other side, common diuretics, loop diuretics like furosemide and thiazide diuretics like hydrochlorothiazide, increase magnesium and potassium loss through the urine. So you've got medications pulling minerals out. You've got supplements putting minerals in. But nobody's coordinating the two. And the stack you built to stop leg cramps may be fighting a war against your own prescriptions, with your muscles caught in the middle. Most seniors never get this far. They manage one piece of the puzzle. But they miss the delivery failure, the wrong form, the bad pairing, the medication conflict, and that gap is exactly what keeps the cramps returning. Not harmless, not simple, not random. These are real mistakes with real consequences. And the National Kidney Foundation adds one more piece. If you have chronic kidney disease, even mild, early-stage kidney disease that you may not even know about, your kidneys may not clear excess potassium or magnesium efficiently. And that changes the safety math on every supplement you take. So what do you do with all of this? Because knowing the problem isn't enough. You need to know the way forward. And I've been waiting to get to this part. Here's what I want you to do. And this is simple. This is something you can start tonight. First, audit every single bottle, powder, chew, antacid, laxative, and electrolyte packet you're currently using. Not just the ones you think of as cramp supplements, but everything. Turn them around. Read the labels. Write down how much magnesium, calcium, and potassium each one contains. You may be shocked at how quickly those numbers add up. That multivitamin you forgot about, count it. That antacid, count it. That sleep formula with magnesium, count it. Get the real total. Second, stop assuming more is better. Look at your list. Where's the duplication? Where's the wrong form? Are you taking magnesium oxide when a more bioavailable form might serve you better? Are you taking calcium in a single large dose when the NIH says your body absorbs it better in smaller amounts of 500 milligrams or less? Are you stacking calcium and magnesium at the same time when separating them might improve absorption? Third, and this one is not optional. If you take blood pressure medication, an ACE inhibitor, an ARB, or any potassium-sparing diuretic, or if you take a PPI for acid reflux, or a loop or thiazide diuretic, or if you have any kidney concerns at all, take your bottle list to your doctor or pharmacist. Show them exactly what you're taking, not just the prescriptions. Everything. The supplements, the powders, the antacids, the laxatives. Let them see the full picture, because they can't protect you from interactions they don't know about. Fourth, shift the question. Stop asking, what else can I add? Start asking, what should I stop stacking, split apart, retime, or replace? That's the real question after 60. That's where the relief actually lives, not in more bottles. In the right mineral, in the right form, at the right time, without the wrong partner. And if something you're taking isn't working, that doesn't automatically mean you need more of it. After 60, it may mean the exact opposite. It may mean the form is wrong, the timing is wrong, the pairing is wrong, or a medication is quietly changing the game without anyone telling you. So to be clear, the safest, smartest leg cramp supplement strategy after 60 is not a bigger stack. It's a cleaner one where every mineral earns its place. Because the form is right, the timing is right, the amount is right, and your doctor knows it's there. This is not age. This is something your body is doing, and we can fix it. And I want you to understand something. The 6 mistakes I showed you today, they're not character flaws. They're not signs that you did something wrong. They're the natural result of a system that hands you a bottle and says good luck without ever explaining how mineral absorption actually works after 60. You were never given the full instruction manual. Today, you got closer. But here's what I need you to hear next. Now that you know how the wrong supplement combinations can backfire, there's something else happening that can make even the right mineral fail. And it has nothing to do with what you're taking. It has to do with when and how your body is losing minerals through foods you eat every single day without thinking twice. There are foods, common, everyday foods that most seniors eat regularly, that actively work against the very minerals you're trying to build up. They drain potassium. They block magnesium absorption. They create the conditions for cramps to return no matter how perfect your supplement plan is. I cover exactly that in the next video. Watch it now.